technical difficulties and all. Let's talk about the title subject. Fortunately, as mentioned in the previous segment, you have to kind of go add the data up from different countries in order to try to get some sort of accuracy. Seems like you think that the United States, with all the resources and all the money that they steal from people in order to subsidize these projects and these agencies, you'd think they'd be leading a charge on some of these studies and finding the data, but they don't. They get late to the party, and sometimes there are inconvenient truths that some countries are willing to admit over the United States of America. Here's another one. There was a study, of course, done directly coming from the Office of National Statistics, so directly from the UK COVID's handlers, if you will. And what they're trying to do is this, or rather, this is the title of the study. I'm there. I'm on it's ons.gov.uk. I'm right on the website. It says coronavirus infection survey, technical article, impact of the vaccination on testing positive. And these are some of the main points. Of course, they're saying that the vaccination significantly reduced the risk of people testing positive during both Alpha and Delta. But this is where it gets interesting. Vaccine effectiveness was reduced in data or in the Delta dominant period compared to the Alpha dominant period, particularly in preventing infections with symptoms. So what they're saying there is that because of a Delta variant, you saw the efficiencies kind of dwindle there a little bit. And you had more people that had gotten the jabs that were getting infected and actually having symptoms, COVID's symptoms, which, remember, that's what the vaccine was supposed to stop. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. So hold on to your butts. Excuse me. 2 doses of either Pfizer, BioNTech, or Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines provided a similar level of protection to prior natural infection when Delta variant was dominant. I'm going to repeat that one more time. You may have lost me. 2 doses. So you get your beloved Pfizer or you get your AstraZeneca vaccinations, and you get them. You get both of them. The level of protection. It says vaccines provided a similar level of protection to prior natural infection when the Delta variant was dominant. So they're very similar when it comes to people that are naturally immune, gotten it, recovered, they're fine, compared to people that have gotten 2 jabs, 2 doses. You're about the same. This isn't something that's unlike some of the other studies that we have seen. We have seen other studies that have said a similar thing. This is just one of UK's recent ones. He says 2 doses of either vaccine provided significantly greater protection than 1 dose, which I would hope that's what it did. So the conclusion, or about the data, the conclusion? Where's it at? This is all the modeling stuff. They talk about here's some of the stuff they talk about. Vaccination reduced the risk of testing positive, and this is a chart that they have showing it as such. Where was hold on, let me scroll down here. I thought there was another, like a more in-depth and more detailed conclusion here. I guess not. Huh. Okay, never mind. I thought there was. But if you want to go check out the study in itself and how they got their numbers and all that, you're welcome to take that out. But the main thing to take from this, and this is how you see it right here as well, Figure 2 shows the risk ratios for testing positive. 2 doses, risk of testing positive about 80%. 2 doses of the AstraZeneca about 76%. There was no evidence of difference in risk reduction associated with 2 doses between the vaccine types. So yeah, basically, in short, with this, saying that natural immunity offers similar protection as those that get jabbed twice. So not just once, twice. And I think this is why I can't remember what little public health expert came out and made some people uncomfortable. They were saying in order to get even further immunity. They were saying something along the lines that, yeah, you've been jabbed, but don't freak out. You may have to actually catch this shit. Look, man, I ain't telling anybody to go catch anything, but this is what I will say. As more studies come out and they show that natural immunity is a thing and that it offers similar protection. I know some folks are going to turn around and they're going to say, well, that's if you recover and die. I need you to understand that for 99% of people, that's going to be the case. Okay? 99%. That's going to be the case. So you get it. You don't die. Like most people don't. May get sick. Believe it or not, prior to COVID, people did get sick. Sometimes people were bedridden while they were sick. This is just what human beings have had to go through. But if a person recovers, they have similar protection. So the question is, why are you continuing to try to force a jab upon people, especially folks that have already had it? Makes no sense. But that's the thing. None of this shit, for the most part, makes any sense. It doesn't add up in terms of what it is they're saying. This is why they keep moving the goalposts. Oh, it's almost a near real world 100% efficiency, said old Dr. Fauci, and then it wasn't. And they kept dropping and dropping and dropping. They blame it, of course, on the Delta variant. And it wasn't as effective, wasn't as efficient as what they promised that it would be. Dr. Michelle Walensky, back in March, he says, hey, people that get this vaccination are not catching it. They're not being able to spread the virus because of it. They're not catching it and not getting sick. Oh, whoops. Turned out that they are doing that. But they, of course, will blame that on my Delta variant. They say it's the Delta. That's why. Different thing. And then they somehow blame the unvaccinated for that variant spreading, seeming to have selective fucking amnesia, not understanding that back in India where the Delta variant originated, that spread before there was a COVID rollout. Not my opinion. That's just what the facts say. Okay? So again, you have to ask yourself, why on earth are they pushing this and acting as if natural immunity isn't a thing? I don't know. There's a lot of people that have a lot to gain from this. Pharmaceutical companies, government officials, politicians, public health experts in the spotlight that had never been really in the spotlight prior to this day and age. And they love it. And they don't want to let go of it. That may have something to do with it. I don't know. But again, stop telling me that it's about science when you want to simply ignore data that is inconvenient. You point out all this data talking about unvaccinated people making up this and that. And then when it comes to natural immunity, you act like the shit don't exist. It's almost as if, I don't know, you look at natural immunity, not a lot of people have anything to gain from that, right? Other than the individual. Pharmaceutical companies don't get monies for those jabs. Public health experts can't look like saviors because your body and your immune system was the one that did what it needed to do in order for you to be protected from future infection. They don't like that. There's not money to be made in that avenue. I think that has something to do with it. But again, they can keep selling this horse or hogwash rather, and keep selling this as if natural immunity doesn't exist. Pharmaceutical companies continue to get lined up. They continue to get their money, and this power grab in which this has been used as, well, public health experts, politicians, governors, presidents, whatever you want to call them, have used under the guise of emergency powers, executive actions, have been able to do a lot of shit and getting over on the American people and people all around the world. Again, stop telling me that this is about science.
You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.